Dear children, welcome to Vedic Bedtime Stories. In the last episode, we saw that King Romapada of Angadesha sent beautiful girls from his kingdom to the forest to attract Rishi Rishyashringa and bring him to his kingdom to end the severe drought. The girls went in a gorgeous boat that carried delicious food and other things that were enjoyable to the senses. Dear children, do you know we all have 5 sense organs that help us to understand the world around us? They are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and finally the hands that help in feeling the sense of touch. These senses help us enjoy the things we like and also protect us from dangers too. But these senses can become tricky and sometimes make us forget our duties. We should try to keep our senses under control so that our duties are not disturbed. The girls set out on their way to seek out Rishi Rishyashringa. They moored their boat a little away from the Rishi's ashram and waited for the opportune moment. Soon one day, Rishyashringa wandered further away from his father's ashrama and saw the girls wandering in the forest. Since he had never seen a woman, he thought they were a different kind of rishis. He approached them respectfully and inquired about them. He invited them to his ashrama where he offered them high seats and washed their feet like he would do to other rishis. He placed before them fruits and roots along with water. The girls were afraid his father Rishi Vibhandaka might come, so they left the ashram as soon as possible. But before leaving, they invited him to their dwelling at the boat. Rishyashringa was enchanted by the beauty of the girls whom he thought were men like himself. The next morning he could not resist their invitation, and without disclosing it to his father, he went looking out for the girls. He spotted them in the same place. They said, "Dear Rishyashringa, please come to our floating ashrama. Our way of honoring a guest is different from yours." Saying so, they embraced him and took him into the boat that was decorated with silken cloth and exotic flowers. His eyes were attracted to the colorful decorations. His nose smelled the fragrant scents of the flowers and the delicious food that they had laid out for him. His ears were attracted by the melodious songs sung by the girls. His tongue was hypnotized by the mouth-watering sweets that he ate. He had never tasted anything like that before. Finally, he was attracted by the soft bodies of the girls that were so unlike himself, whose skin was rough due to the harshness of the forest life. The girls asked him to accompany them to their capital city where more splendid things were available for his enjoyment. Unable to resist, he agreed to go with them. The boat set sail down the stream in the river Ganga. When the boat reached the borders of Angadesha, Lord Indra, the god of rain, became pleased and sent forth showers of rain, giving joy and happiness to everyone. As soon as King Romapada understood that Rishyashringa had arrived, he came out of his palace and bowed down to him. After worshipping him with great attention, he presented his daughter Santa to the Rishi in marriage. When King Romapada understood that he had satisfied the Rishi, he begged from him the benediction that neither he nor his father would get angry and show their anger on him or his people for tricking him away from his ashrama. Rishi Rishyashringa assured him that there would be no such anger expressed. Thereafter, the marriage between Rishi Rishishringa and Santa was celebrated with great festivity. Henceforth, they continued to live in Maharaja Romapada's palace in royal comfort. After narrating the story, Sumantra, Dasharatha's minister, said, "O king, Sanat Kumara predicted that you would take help from your friend King Romapada by requesting him to allow Rishishringa to come to Koshala kingdom and perform the horse sacrifice. By this performance, he assured that you will become father to 4 incomparable sons." Maharaja Dasharatha was very pleased to hear this story from Sumantra. Dear children, we shall hear about the horse sacrifice in the next episode. Today we saw how the 5 senses can forcibly divert the attention of a person from his duties in the case of Rishishringa. Even for great rishis, the 5 senses can pose a threat. Can you tell me how your 5 senses distract you while you are engaged in your duties? Please type your experience in the comment section with the help of a grown-up. I read all your comments and try to reply to every one of them. And for now, good night. May Lord Rishikesha, the Lord of the senses, give us power to be in control of our senses. Hare Krishna.